guys, and welcome to another episode of the 12 Games of Switchmas, and today I will be talking about Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which is definitely the best Wii U port on the Nintendo Switch. This game is really fun, and it improves Super Mario 3D World a lot while also adding a completely new game. So with Super Mario 3D World, of course they added the online mode, which actually functions pretty well even though it has some problems, like most of the Nintendo Switch Online games. And just overall, they improved a lot. They improved the controls, like they added a mid-air roll, which makes it more similar to Super Mario Odyssey. And they also added, like, amiibo support and like different things like that, and they sped up the game so it's a lot faster. They added 4 players in Captain Toad levels, and just overall they added a lot. They also added like an invincibility bell. Like I think that's only with the amiibo, but it's cool that there's a new power-up and everything, even though it's like kind of like an easy mode. It's cool to see something new anyway. But overall, Super Mario 3D World got a ton of improvements. I mean, I would say like 3D World alone is definitely one of the best improvements to a Wii U game. Like, it almost feels like it wasn't meant for the Wii U in the first place with a lot of the stuff they added. Like, they even added, like, a snapshot mode, which, basically has, like, a lot of new things about it. It's basically from Super Mario Odyssey. You can actually use the stamps that you collect throughout the game, and they're colored and everything, so it looks really cool, and it's a really nice feature. So now, moving on to Bowser's Fury, the brand new game in this. Basically, it takes 3D World's engine and everything, and it makes basically an open world game, even bigger than some of the kingdoms in Super Mario Odyssey. I think it's bigger than the biggest kingdoms in Odyssey. Like, it's one big world, kind of like an open world game, and basically what you have to do is move around to different islands, and you have to do different tasks, and you have to get cat shines, which are basically kind of like moons, or shine sprites, or stars, basically the collectibles in 3D Mario. So it's basically kind of like an open sandbox Mario game. It kind of controls like that, and it's kind of a mixture of that and kind of like the linear style with 3D World, and it even has some open world elements since it's in one open world, since you can use Plessy to kind of get around between the islands, kind of like how you would use a horse in Breath of the Wild to get around to different places. So overall, it's a really nice concept, a fresh concept for Mario in general, and it is a little short. It's only about 3 hours to get through the main story, 6 hours to complete it, but it's very replayable, and I played it a second time, and it still feels fun to play through it again. It's still really fun, and it's nice to explore different things, kind of learn new things, and maybe even speedrun it. It's just, overall, it's really fun. And Bowser Jr. even shows up, which is really cool and unexpected, since he's kind of like a helper, and you could also do like a, kind of like a Super Mario Galaxy co-star mode, and you can control Bowser Jr. too, if you have like a second player, and I think that's pretty cool. Bowser Jr., I think, like, have a little bit of functionality on there. I think Bowser Jr. is nice, since you can kind of control him in single player too, hit certain enemies and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. And there's also like a lot of kittens and cats running around, so there's also like missions with those too, and I think that's pretty cool that they added that. Just overall, there's a lot of charm in Bowser's Fury, and I really like the Fury cycles too. Like, they happen every 5 minutes, I think, around 5 minutes, and basically it kind of adds like a whole new kind of thing to the game, because it's basically like a cycle, like almost like a day-night cycle, except there's different things that happen during the Fury cycle. So basically, Bowser comes out and makes everything dangerous. Like, there's a bunch of like things that fall down, like Fury spikes or whatever they're called, that fall down. You have to try to avoid Fury Bowser by trying to like avoid the fire and everything. And once you get enough cat shines, you can then get the Giga Bell, and then you could actually do a boss fight, and the boss fights are actually really fun. There's a lot more depth in them than a lot of other 3D Mario games. So overall, it's a really nice and fresh concept. It's really fun, and definitely the best Wii U port on the Nintendo Switch. and definitely a really fun concept and a really interesting concept for 3D Mario in general with Bowser's Fury. I hope they kind of implement that into future games, some of the open world aspects, and maybe even some aspects into Odyssey 2. Like, overall, it's really fun, and it kind of feels like a mixture of 3D World and Odyssey, maybe even a little bit of Sunshine, with basically the gameplay and the world overall in Bowser's Fury. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.